Hi guys, welcome back to SRE Customs. I just wanted to get back with you guys. You know, I get a lot of requests for porting theory and porting videos and all that stuff, and what numbers do I use and all that stuff. And guys, you know, everyone that I do is a little bit different for each guy. That's the way I do it. I know that's not the way all the big guys do it. They just pump them out of a CNC machine. But I kind of talk to the guys and I kind of feel them out. And if you're going to be a porter, you know, get yourself the equipment. It is fairly cheap. I mean, a dental grinder, a regular old fashioned Dremel. Um, let's see, I got a dental grinder, old fashioned Dremel, and this battery powered unit that I got right at Walmart that I use. Um, and start messing around with some cylinders, guys. These cylinders are dirt cheap, especially if you go on Amazon or those and buy them from China direct. They're, you know, a cylinder is like $13. I mean, come on, to learn something that'll save you thousands if you stay in this hobby. Um, there's like, if I was gonna give some guys some advice, it would be less is more. Overporting is the number one thing that all newbies do. Um, these things don't take a lot to get them straightened out or get them running better than they do. Um, Compression is a big thing. Squish being right, of course, we've all heard that. But what is right, right? What is right? Well, you need 10 thousandths per every inch of bore. So there's your how much. So you measure your bore, you do the math, and now you know what your squish should be. These things are really straightforward and simple. I mean, you don't think all these rednecks like me porting chainsaws and these things are geniuses. We'd be doctors or something. Um, Now, to increase the power of a two-stroke, lightening its reciprocating components does help, because RPM, cycling a two-stroke, is really the number one key to making more power. Um, and of course, increasing flow, air. The number one thing you can do to a two-stroke is the pipe. The pipe is everything. The pipe controls the top RPM of the engine, not the port work. That is a very common misconception, that if I go in and raise my exhaust port and put a shim under my cylinder, that I am going to make the RPM range broader up top. No, you're going to narrow it up, and it's still going to over rev only what the pipe will allow. Okay, if you shorten the header on the pipe 2 inches or an inch or something, then yeah, absolutely. Let's see, what are some other quick tips that you guys can use? Remember that air has mass, especially when it's carrying fuel, and you don't want it to, it doesn't want to take corners at a fast rate. Okay? Um, Remember, guys, compression is really helpful. I've heard of a lot of people say too much compression can hold a two-stroke back. I've never seen it in my practice. Everyone that runs a Banshee that I used to race with, some of the engines left the part number of the piston in the squish band when you took them apart. That's how tight the squish was. So, and squish and compression ratio are two different things, but you get the idea. Just make sure that you don't overport. Number one newbie screw up. You can safely, if you want to widen the exhaust port a little bit towards the top, that's fine. If your piston port, if you lower the intake port, that will actually help the RPM range a little where it starts, and it will help intake more fuel. But boy, it's a fine line. You start playing with it and you go much more than, what did I hear? Perkinson's Porting made a video. He said no more than the thickness of an index card or something, he said. So there's a little something from him. Thanks, buddy. Shout out to you. Go on KT's videos and watch KT's videos. He's a great explainer of what he's doing and how he's doing it and why. Check him out too. I'm going to be doing a complete build on Jordan's engine right here. I got all the parts in. He's after this twin right here. And I am going to leave the computer on and just let it run while I build the entire thing. Whether you guys want to watch it or not, or skip through it, whatever, but that's what I'm going to do. Maybe you guys can learn a little bit. I'll put the degree wheel on it and help some of you novice guys. And by far, I do not know everything. I am not an OBR. I am not Chris Bartolone. But I'm working towards that. All right. Everybody have a very blessed day. And this is SRE. I'm out.